The popular mythology around Elon Musk would have you believe that prior to endorsing Donald Trump like 2 months ago, Elon Musk was not political. And anyone who asserted that they knew what side of the aisle he was on just had Trump derangement syndrome. Now, obviously from my tone, you can tell that I think that that's always been BS, but new reporting by the Wall Street Journal shows just how wrong that concept is. Apparently, Elon Musk donated tens of millions of dollars to the presidential campaign of Ron DeSantis, as well as to fund Republican attack ads during the 2022 midterms. Now, recently, there's been a lot of focus on Elon Musk's political spending when it was announced that he had started a pro-Trump super PAC that was gonna spend close to $50 million per month to get Donald Trump elected. So he says that that's not true, but he did start the PAC. And he has been spending money to support him. We don't know exactly how much. Perhaps someday we'll find out. And if it turns out that he was lying, well, there goes his fan base. I mean, they're not gonna stand by him as he lies to them. But anyway, around the same time that PAC was set up, there was a weird coincidence, which was that Donald Trump started saying things like this.
And I'm for electric cars, I have to be, because Elon endorsed me very strongly, Elon. So I have no choice. At the suggestion of Elon Musk, who has given me his complete and total endorsement. That's nice, he's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. It's very, very much appreciated. I will create a government efficiency commission tasked with conducting a complete financial and performance audit of the entire federal government and making recommendations for drastic reform. And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force.
Which is amazing. And I would classify the procedure whereby you spend maybe $100, $200 million to get a guy elected, and then he puts you in charge, despite the fact that you have no government experience whatsoever, in doing a total review of government spending, much of which goes to your companies as corruption, maybe, bribery is another way to put that. Well, also fact check, Elon Musk very much does not know what he's doing in the vast majority of cases. But yeah, back in the fall of 2022, he spent more than $50 million with a group called Citizens for Sanity. Now, we didn't know about this for a long time because a lot of this money is of the dark variety. But though that organization ran ads in battleground states before the midterms, focused on medical care for transgender children and illegal immigration. And of course, he also, as we said, spent $10 million to support DeSantis as he ran for president. Musk apparently liked DeSantis because of his opposition to DEI and anything woke, implying that if Musk is to be believed in this rare case, he really has drunk the Kool-Aid, and he is as crazy as he seems on Twitter. Of course, by the way, the donations to Citizens for Sanity and Ron DeSantis, an organization and a man who literally never stopped demonizing trans people, came only months after his transgender daughter disowned him. So did he deal with that well? Apparently not.
Yeah, so let's review here. Trump back in 2016 won on the very popular theme of drain the swamp. What's interesting is that you haven't heard that much at all anymore, right? You didn't hear it in the 2020 race where he lost. You're not hearing it in this race. It's very popular. It led to his only victory. So why not repeat it? Because he is the swamp. And so now Drain the Swamp has turned into, I was against electric vehicles, but Elon gave me his complete endorsement. So now I'm for electric vehicles. And you heard him with your own ears there. He said, I have to now. And I have no choice because he just got a legalized bribe. And it's not a little bribe, it's a giant bribe. Before they were already saying it was a big bribe, and that was before we found out about the dark money and the 50 million. And by the way, that's only one organization we found out about, and that's because somebody leaked it. But all the other dark money groups, God knows where the money's coming from. Could be coming from foreign governments, individuals, corporations, and a lot of these guys give publicly anyway. So Jesus Christ, who's giving non-publicly, right? And so now all of a sudden, Drain the Swamp has become fill the swamp, fill the swamp. So he not only is saying he's flipping his positions on electric vehicles because of corruption, and he's admitting it in the rallies, but he's also saying, well, this guy's given me so much money that I'm going to put him in charge of a complete audit of the entire federal government, and he's allowed to do, quote, drastic reform. So apparently, if you give Donald Trump enough bribes, he will let you literally decide what's in the government and what's not in the government. I've never heard of a power like that. And like the president doesn't have a power like that. But Trump says, no, we're gonna create that power and give it to my top donor. And the other top donor I have, Miriam Adelson, sets my Israeli policy, and we might let Israel annex the West Bank. What's amazing about Trump is not that he's putting up the government for sale. A lot of politicians do that. It's that he just says it at his rallies to his fans. Like, I'm corrupt and I got such strong bribes, I'm handing over the entire US government to my donors. And you guys think he's draining the swamp? You must be out of your minds.
Yeah, and to the point where like even his donors think it's gauche the way he's doing the bribes, right? Like him asking a bunch of oil executives in Mar-a-Lago that all they need to do is give him $1 billion and he will kill the EV, which is funny because it kind of runs in direct contrast to accepting millions of dollars from Elon Musk, but who cares? We'll work out the details later. Like they were like, well, that's not how I usually go about bribing, you know, like and here's the point. Look, I think there are still people who think that billionaires are okay, right? Like it's fine. They must have earned it. You must have been smart. Not Elon, of course, but at some point you earn that money. And I'm here to tell you, no, never. And if let's say you do believe, okay, that's fine. Billionaires, they earn that money. Selena Gomez made all that money off of makeup.
She's an exception.
Look at the people that are donating and who they are donating to. We have to tax billionaires out of existence to save our democracy. Elon Musk is one guy. You've got Peter Thiel, you've got David Sachs, you've got Travis Kalanick, you know, the guy from Uber. All of these people, it's Rupert Murdoch, the OGs, right? All of these billionaires who know where their bread is buttered. They know who's going to make it easier for them to rob the American people through taxes, but also through things like crypto scams, also through things like the AI revolution that we're promised is gonna make everything easier / put you and your family out of work. Like this is what's happening. And so it's like, almost just for our pure democratic survival, we need to tax billionaires out of existence. And so it's just like, and it's like the one billionaire, Soros, who like donates to some not right-wing causes. They're like, oh, he's terrible, he's a lizard person. Like, it's just like, no, it's because he doesn't donate the way every other billionaire does.
Yeah, super last thing. You don't have to agree with Franny on billionaires, but the one thing we should all agree on and used to agree on before Donald Trump was, well, at least don't let the billionaires buy off all of our politicians. Our government is supposed to be a democracy, and these guys are clearly buying Trump, and yes, corporate Democrats for sure, corporate Republicans for sure. Trump's not the only one doing it. He's the one who's doing it most spectacularly and most brazenly, and he has verbal diarrhea, so he can't help himself from just admitting it, right? And he's the only one that's saying, hey, look, I'm not gonna be subtle about it and put in one of your guys into my cabinet and you'll move things around a little bit. He's saying, no, just take the whole government. Yeah. Just take US foreign policy, right? But this is a thing that we all agreed on. Don't let super rich people buy the government, otherwise it's not a democracy. But ironically, Trump took a bunch of actual angry populists on the right who actually hated corruption, and he's now made some of them a fan of corruption because he's doing it.
Yeah.
You lost the thread, guys. Remember, you originally liked him because you thought he was against corruption. You're not supposed to defend his corruption. We don't defend Democratic corruption. You shouldn't defend Trump's corruption. That's the least we can ask.
Yeah, and I just want to mention, so we've talked about the EVs, he flipped on EVs, used to demonize them, now he can't, he has no choice. And you mentioned the oil, where the most obvious quid pro quo in history. And he flipped on crypto when he decided he could line his own pockets with it. And of course, he wanted to ban TikTok, then he got TikTok money, and now he's totally in favor of TikTok. So all of this should be super obvious that he can be easily bought. But I don't know that that's gonna convince right wingers. What I would say is since you guys seem to want billionaires to take over the government, run it, could you at least get better billionaires? Like do you know that Donald Trump's stock is down like 80% this year? Do you know that a report came out that Elon Musk, Twitter, is down 80% since he bought it? I'm not even gonna try to convince you that businessmen shouldn't run the government, but why should failed businessmen run the government? That's my question to you.
John, he's only had 6 major bankruptcies, please.
That's only 6.
And Trump hilariously said, well, that's good business when you go bankrupt. I'm pretty sure it's the opposite. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.